Welcome to Fridka Quotes channel. In this video you can enjoy quotes from famous philosopher Socrates. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring quotes. Feed your mind. Well, although I do not suppose that either of us knows anything really beautiful and good, I am better off than he is, for he knows nothing, and thinks that he knows. I neither know nor think that I know. The triumph of my art is in thoroughly examining whether the thought which the mind of the young man brings forth is a false idol or a noble true birth. Those who are the hardest to love are the ones who need it most. The hottest love has the coldest end. Our souls also existed apart from the body before they took on human form, and they had intelligence. One thing only I know, and that is that I know nothing. Surely this is the objectionable kind of ignorance, to think one knows what one does not know. But in this, gentlemen, here also perhaps I am different from the general run of mankind, and if I should claim to be wiser than someone in something it would be in this, that as I do not know well enough about what happens in the house of Hades, so I do not think I know. An unexamined life is not worth living. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Doing good is a matter of looking after the part of yourself which matters most, namely your soul. Do it because it's in your heart, not because you want something in return. He who is not contented with what he has, will not be contented with what he would like to have. Knowledge is the only virtue, because once a man knows good from evil, nothing on earth can compel him to act against that knowledge. The purpose in life is to develop a strong character. Most excellent man, are you not ashamed to care for the acquisition of wealth and for reputation and honor, when you neither care nor take thought for wisdom and truth and the perfection of your soul? Man, you don't speak well, if you believe that a man worth anything at all would give countervailing weight to the danger of life or death, or give consideration to anything but this when he acts, whether his action is just or unjust, the action of a good or of an evil man. Bad people live that they may eat and drink, whereas good people eat and drink that they may live. Time is endless when it is purposeful. No man on earth who conscientiously opposes either you or any other organized democracy, and flatly prevents a great many wrongs and illegalities from taking place in the state to which he belongs, can possibly escape with his life. The true champion of justice, if he intends to survive even for a short time, must necessarily confine himself to private life and leave politics alone. Rhythm and harmony permeate the innermost element of the soul, affect it more powerfully than anything else, and bring it grace. Such education makes one graceful if one is properly trained, and the opposite if one is not. Sometimes you have to lose your mind before you come to your senses. It is a disgrace to grow old through sheer carelessness before seeing what manner of man you may become by developing your bodily strength and beauty to their highest limit. Nothing that other people can do to you can harm you enough to cancel out the benefit you bestow on yourself by acting rightly. It follows that bad people ultimately harm only themselves. Nothing can harm a good man either in life or after death. It seems to me that whatever else is beautiful apart from absolute beauty is beautiful because it partakes of that absolute beauty, and for no other reason. It is by beauty that beautiful things are beautiful. We gain our first measure of intelligence when we first admit our own ignorance. Do you imagine that a city can continue to exist and not be turned upside down, if the legal judgments which are pronounced in it have no force but are nullified and destroyed by private persons? If the soul is immortal, it demands our care not only for that part of time which we call life, but for all time, and indeed it would seem now that it will be extremely dangerous to neglect it. If death were a release from everything, it would be a boon for the wicked, because by dying they would be released not only from the body but also from their own wickedness together with the soul. But as it is, since the soul is clearly immortal, it can have no escape of security from evil except by becoming as good and wise as it possibly can. For it takes nothing with it to the next world except its education and training. But my dear Crito, why should we care so much about what the majority think? No man is capable of causing great evil without thinking he's doing the right thing. Anyone who's really fighting for justice must live as a private citizen and not as a public figure if he's going to survive even a short time. So I withdrew and thought to myself, I am wiser than this man. It is likely that neither of us knows anything worthwhile, but he thinks he knows something when he does not, whereas when I do not know, neither do I think I know. So I am likely to be wiser than he to this small extent, that I do not think I know what I do not know. Is something good because the gods approve of it? Or do the gods approve of it because it is good? Speak, so that I may see you. The mind is everything, what you think you become. When the debate is over, slander becomes the tool of the loser. I would rather die having spoken after my manner, than speak in your manner and live. Get not your friends by bare compliments, but by giving them sensible tokens of your love. You are wrong, sir, if you think that a man who is any good at all should take into account the risk of life or death. He should look to this only in his actions, whether what he does is right or wrong. It is better to suffer wrong than to do wrong. He who would change the world should first change himself. Why should we pay so much attention to what most people think? The really reasonable people, who have more claim to be considered, will believe that the facts are exactly as they are. The mind is the pilot of the soul. Could I climb the highest place in Athens, I would lift up my voice and proclaim, fellow citizens, why do you burn and scrape every stone to gather wealth, and talk so little care of your children to whom you must one day relinquish all? I shall never cease from the practice and teaching of philosophy, exhorting anyone whom I meet after my manner, and convincing him, saying, O my friend, why do you who are a citizen of the great and mighty and wise city of Athens, care so much about laying up the greatest amount of money and honor and reputation, and so little about wisdom and truth and the greatest improvement of the soul, which you never regard or heed at all? Are you not ashamed of this? Would that the majority could inflict the greatest evils, for they would then be capable of the greatest good, and that would be fine, but now they cannot do either. They cannot make a man either wise or foolish, but they inflict things haphazardly. Beloved Pen and all ye other gods who haunt this place, give me beauty in the inward soul, and may the outward and the inner man be at one. Knowledge will make you be free. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. I don't know why I did it, I don't know why I enjoyed it, and I don't know why I'll do it again. Everything is plainer when spoken than when unspoken. Each individual can only do one thing well. He can't do lots of things. If he tries, he will be jack of all trades, and master of none. It is only in death that we are truly cured of the sickness of life. A life without criticism and status is not a worth living. I desire only to know the truth, and to live as well as I can. And, to the utmost of my power, I exhort all other men to do the same. I exhort you also to take part in the great combat, which is the combat of life, and greater than every other earthly conflict. Mankind is made of two kinds of people, wise people who know they're fools, and fools who think they are wise. Remember, no human condition is ever permanent. Then you will not be overjoyed in good fortune, nor too sorrowful in misfortune. Smart people learn from everything and everyone, average people from their experiences, stupid people already have all the answers. No one knows whether death may not be the greatest of all blessings for a man, yet men fear it as if they knew it was the greatest of evils. How many things can I do without? And the same things look bent and straight when seen in water and out of it, and also both concave and convex, due to the sights being misled by the colors, and every sort of confusion of this kind is plainly in our soul. And, then, it is because they take advantage of this affection in our nature that shadow painting, and puppeteering, and many other tricks of the kind fall nothing short of wizardry. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Thank you for watching. If you got inspired, leave me a like. Thank you and see you soon.